So we're now on the video component of things. So just want to shout out to the Bella Vista Hotel for allowing us to use this space, this bloody high-tech, state-of-the-art gear to record this podcast. The quality has been amazing since we started recording here. So hit us up or hit them up. We'll leave the links in the description. And just shout out to them for letting us record here. We've got another Facebook question here from Jared Mortimer. Needed a 5'8" with Brown and SJ out. Do I bring in Brimson or Munster? So we actually haven't done a head-to-head with Brimson and Munster. Who are you getting in, lads?
I did mention it.
If it's just this week based alone, I'm bringing in Brimson over Munster. But the long term, I'd probably prefer. I think Munster will outscore Brimson.
If it's one for the rest of the season, it's Munster, right?
Yeah, I think he'll outscore him for the...
I think it's Munster either way.
Either way?
Yeah, like you said, Brandon, I think Munster's in for a big score against the Bunnies. Like, honestly, he's a serious captain option too. I really like that call. He steps up for these big games, man, and he was a little bit quiet last week and he still scored 63 points without a try assist, actually. So, he's got some pretty decent base. You add 1 or 2 try assists and bang, you're looking at 100.
Yeah, for sure. Very interesting to think about. Aaron Parsons, part of the Supercoach 360 crew. So shout out to him. All right, boys. Firstly, let me say love the podcast. Cheers, Aaron and the 360 boys. Now, first question. If you had 3 solid centre wings and Yeo injured, would the 4th be no AE nightmare? Would you just leave him playing and cop a solid AE or trade him for someone who has a great matchup? Secondly, if COVID goes away, do we think we could G us a game of OzTag against the podcast? $10 to a winning side. Picks the charity it goes to.
That's pretty awesome.
I love that idea. That would be awesome.
Firstly, I'm not a fan of charities. I think people get paid to work at charities, so I'd much prefer be hands-on with things and help people one-on-one, if that makes sense.
Well, what do you want to do? You want to go wash some disabled people or something?
No, just I don't know. Go down to a hospital and buy kids toys or something. Cool. Like I feel that's better, more hands-on.
Sure.
But if that's what you guys want to do, I'm happy to do that. What do you reckon, lads?
I love the OzTag idea. That'd be cool. We'll do like a Supercoach showdown in OzTag. And
how many players a team would it be? I haven't ran in a while.
It'd have to be what? Us.
It doesn't have to be 8 aside. He can call the numbers and
us 4.
We'll get it going.
Us 4 and Maxi. Versus,
we could get a 6 aside team going.
I'm so unfit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, let's go a 6 aside. I'll get my brother in as well.
Can I just get my brother in? My brother's an Australian touch player instead of me playing.
Australian OzTag player.
Yeah, instead of playing Australian touch.
We'll get Timmy Williams in.
Yeah, we'll get Tim Williams in.
How will we get Timmy Williams' brother instead of Timmy? We'll just get everyone's brothers in. We've got some pretty good brother football players.
Yeah, very interesting one.
Back
now to his question.
Yeah, so we like the OzTag idea. So yeah, we could even do it before COVID hits anyway, before COVID's done.
Love OzTag.
Maybe we could come up with an idea instead of having to touch each other because, we can keep the social distancing. We can still play. No, that's not going to work.
All right, let's answer the question. Yeo is playing on the Thursday night. So I don't think copying an AE is smart because it doesn't allow you to...
You can't do that.
I think you've got to sell him if you've got to cop the AE.
Yeah.
You can't do that going into finals or even just at this point in the season, man. You've got to finish strong.
Yep. I think maybe if you're selling a second row, maybe shift him to second row for now if you want to hold on to him, and then buy in a centre wing.
Because even he could be doing the same thing next week if he goes out again. So I think I think you got to bring in a centre wing this week.
When we were saying before about the injury, it looked bad. He looked really bad. Like everyone rushed to help him, and hold him up, and you haven't seen too many like that. Madison had 2 or 3 weeks off.
Yeah,
I think Penrith will.
Yeah,
just for the image of it and trying to.
And do they really need him?
No, they'll rest him. I think it's a good sell. I think I'm even going to consider selling Yeo myself now.
So, Mikey, you probably might know it more, but I heard that he actually passed his HIA test, but because of the vision of it, that's the only reason he didn't continue. And I guess this week's just a rest on that.
Maybe he's just really good at the questions, like he said.
He might have been off a low base.
Yeah, that's true, Jake. That's what I heard as well. But I think the short turnaround and the fact that he's like Madison, he's suffered from concussions a lot. So it's more a safety thing, and they can afford to rest players like this. We got Kate Wall back, they got Kickout back. It'd be really silly to play him. But as I said, I reckon they could give him another week next week just to start resting some of these boys up.
Yeah, for duty of care and things like that, I think the Panthers would definitely rest him.
100%.
Cool. Let's move on. We've got a couple of questions left, maybe 5 or 6. So Matt Drummond, last reserve, Luciano, Firma or JFH? We haven't talked about Firma, but I know, Jake, you're playing Firma this week?
Yeah, I'm playing him this week against the Dogs.
I'm actually playing him as well because I'm down a second rower since Talakai and Yeo are gone. I think he's actually not a bad play.
No, and he's quite attack reliant for a back row, but against the Dogs, I think the attacking stats are going to come. He got 72 last week. Nearly cost you in your in your head to head.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
But yeah, I think I'm playing him. So, and I've got other options instead of him to play. So I'm going him over them. But JFH, Mikey, you reckon he's going to get big minutes this week with no Yo playing at lock?
I don't think he will. I think he'll get the same minutes he's been getting before. I think, as you said, Kate was on the bench now, so he's going to come into the rotation. That's why I think Liam Martin's job will stay the same. Kickout will do what he has and play 65 to 70. And then, I think Fisher Harris will get the same. Out of those three, man, I'm with you. I'd play Firma. I'm not playing Firma this week. He'd be my 19th man. But yeah, as you said, the attacking stats are Firma. I like that attacking stat. And even the Tigers, I can see Tigers showing up for their game. But Firma, what a play holding him's turned out to be.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I've got him in my side, and he does look like a better option possibly than some of the other things I might consider, because I based on whatever trades I end up making, I still might end up having to play Sivo or Talakai or something like that. So I think I'll probably want to play Firma over Talakai or Sivo.
Definitely over Talakai. I think Talakai's. I think his time's up.
Yeah, for sure. JC Charles, SJ to Munster, Walker, Brimson, or wait a week and trade Lomax to Toa. Thoughts on Luai as a pod VC versus the Broncos right edge instead of Cleary?
Just seeing that name Walker burns me because I traded him out last week and then goes and scores a ton. But I don't think Walker's going to be a trade-in this week. I think the other ones are probably a better option.
I think you got saved a bit with the updates.
Yeah, he must have lost a try assist or something because he went
to Damien Cook though.
30